Back again, man. We at the Wake Your Ass Up podcast, man. Before I start, man, we got to give a shout outs to our sponsors, B Fiends, Evelyn Jones, and Cookies, and Wake Your Ass Up energy drink, man. Make sure y'all tap in with us. But we got a very special guest here today, man. All the way from San Francisco, California, across the bridge, man. By the name of who?
DEO, doing everything official.
Come on, man. It's a true blessing to have you here today. You know what I'm saying? Let's start from the very beginning, man. Like, how was the upbringing for you being a child in San Francisco?
Man, that's okay. So both my parents from Lakeview, you know, like Selsky, Cougnut, that part of the city. So originally, I kind of got my start in Lakeview, but the '89 earthquake brought me to Geneva Towers. You know what I'm saying? I love telling that story too, because it's a Frisco ass story. You know what I'm saying? Like being from Lakeview, and you know, I just having my roots there. My grandmother owned a house in Lakeview on Shield Street. My mom's stepmother to this day owns a house. I forget the street, but they roots are in Lakeview. Her dad was from Lakeview. Her brother was a prominent Lakeview figure, Johnny Hodges. Selsky, the Cougnut, all of them used to rap about him. He got killed in like '92. But a lot of people don't know that that's like my uncle. That's my uncle. That's my mom's little brother. That was my mom's little brother, you feel me? And so parents split up at a young ass age, probably like 2, 3 years old. But my mom kept us in Lakeview. We stayed on Sedoa Street, and then the '89 earthquake happened. You feel me? And the house that we was living in was pretty much was gonna collapse. So we had to hurry up and get as much shit out the house. And then my great grandmother, who was like the matriarch of my mom's side of the family, she helped us do an emergency move, and we ended up in Geneva Towers. And that's where I, you know, it was really like raised, jumped off the porch at, you feel me? And that's what I claim today. I'm Geneva Towers. Everybody know that.
So Geneva Towers is like really like a projects.
Yeah. So Geneva Towers, if you compare it to anything, you would compare it to like how Cabrini Green was in Chicago. It was like 2 20-story towers, you feel me? I stayed on the 14th floor, me and my older brother. We stayed 1414A, 1001 Sunnydale Street, you feel me? We was down the street from Sunnydale Projects. So that was like, my school bus stop was in the middle of Sunnydale, on Santos and Sunnydale. Everybody from Sunnydale know exactly where that's at. That's at the rec, at the Pink Building, you feel me? And that was like our area, Visitation Valley, where Lil Bean from, Zay Bang, Remedy, them all my young brothers, you feel me? But prior to that, it was 2 buildings. Today it's Tower Side, because when they tore the buildings down, the elders in the community, they voted to name a street, and they named the street Tower Side. So the pride was still there, you feel me? And but I'm a building baby. A lot of people just say that, like, you know, I grew up in the buildings. I moved there when I was 4. They tore them down in '96. I moved back in '99, and I officially moved out like '04. Yeah. So that's where my roots is at. You know what I'm saying? Like everything started from there. I built my first studio in my mama's living room in Geneva Towers. You feel me?
At what
In
age?
high school, I started piecing together my studio 16, bro. I was in high school, 16 years old. I had a 8-track. It was a Korg digital 8-track, and this was before Pro Tools. And it's a store. It's a studio equipment store in the city called World of Stereo.
I heard of that.
Yeah, it's by 850 now. It's on 6th Street over by 850.
Right.
Yeah. And but it used to be on Market Street, like right on the Woo block, you feel me? Right over there. And in high school, I should just go in there and just fuck around with shit. And then Um, the owner, this dude named Mike, he came to me and was like, man, I got something for you, man. I think you should get this and start your. And I'm like, what is this? And he kind of like he kind of like sold it to me, like he was a salesman with it, because I didn't really know what it was. You feel me? I grew up using the Tascam 4-track, because my partner, his dad had the Tascam 4-track that you record on a cassette. You feel me? We started using that, and I'm like, man, the tape was getting old. You feel me? I'm like, how we get this on CD? That was like my first thing. Like, how we gonna get this on CD? So that was like the first problem. And then when he showed me that 8-track, he was like, man, and then you could burn. Then he sold me a CD player too, so where I could hook it up. And so he sold me my first rig. He sold me a microphone, the 8-track, and a CD burner. And that was my first. That was my first studio setup, yeah. And then I told all the homies in the hood, like, bro, I got a studio now. So literally, like, I told niggas, like, man, just give me a day. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, that next night, niggas was at my house and we was recording.
Damn, so that's the beginning start of the introduction until you get into the music.
1000%. Well, not getting into the music, but getting into the studio side. Bro, like, I grew up in a musically inclined family, right? But my cousin Classy D, another Lakeview legend, everybody from Lakeview know who this is. He was a member of IMP. He was a non-rapping member of IMP. That's the crew that Cougnut was in and shit. So I always claimed Cougnut as my cousin, because he damn near raised me on the rapping shit. And he was the first person I told that I wanted to rap at 9. You feel me? And then, because he used to always pick me up. He used to pick me up from the towers. They used to slide through. We used to be at the new park. It's like, it's called the new park, but it's an old ass park. But we used to just call it the new park. And it's like behind the towers, within the brick homes. So they'll pull around that side. And my cousin had a 5.0 at the time, and him and Kuna used to pull up, and they just come scoop up me and my brother. And I remember me telling Kuna, like, man, like, I wrote a rap. Like, I think I want to rap. And he was just like, he didn't even like congratulate. He just was like, man, niggas gonna test you. That was the first thing he told me. He was like, niggas gonna test you. Like, yeah, he talked like a, you know what I'm saying? He had a crazy ass voice, but he was like, niggas gonna test you. And he didn't, that was it. Like,
What was that like, you know what I'm saying, really knowing Cougnut? Because so many of us hear so many stories about him, but we never had an in-depth, you know what I'm saying, either conversation or even been around him, but we hear so many legendary stories. Like, what was that for you, like, actually being a person soaking up this game?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I remember when they dropped the Ill Mannered Players album, and it wasn't too much support with radio, you feel me? And he just was like talking like how he was going, like, fuck that, we going to the streets, fuck these DJs. Like, he was like hardcore, because it was a long period between albums. Like, that first IMP album came out hella early. It came out twice, really. It came out in the 80s, and they re-released it on In a Minute Records. You feel me? And then it was a long period of time before that next album. So he felt like niggas forgot him. He was on, he was on a couple compilations and shit. But, like, him as a prominent rapper in the city and in the Bay Area, like, he felt like niggas forgot him. You feel me? So he was always felt like he had to prove himself. But he had hella game, bro. He had hella game because he was early. Like, it was nobody in the city other than Huey MC, Nut, maybe RBL, you know what I'm saying? Like, those was the early founding fathers of Frisco rap, you feel me? And I feel like and I was young, but just in retrospect, me being this age now and thinking back, trying to really think back about those conversations, he felt like he wasn't being as respected as he should have been as being a pioneer, because he built this shit, bro. He built Frisco rap. Him, Huey MC, and anybody from that era, for sure he built. Like, it was Too Short, but then quickly after that in the city, it was Huey MC, Nut, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really, like, put the foundation down, and I looked at him. He was the first rapper. Him and Fote was the first two rappers I looked at as rap stars. You know what I'm saying? And then, and it was early, 80s, early 90s. You feel me? And but I feel like he didn't feel respected. You know what I'm saying? Up until he passed. You feel me? Like the nigga just signed to Death Row right before he passed. A lot of niggas don't even know that he had it. He was getting ready to release his re-emergent album on Death Row. You feel me? This is a fact. This is a fact because Cougnut, Suge signed. He signed two Frisco niggas, and it was Jay Valentine, the Jay Valentine. He was a Death Row artist. Yeah, and Cougnut. Yeah. Jay could tell the story better because it's his story, but yeah, he was fucking with Suge for sure.
Wow. I mean, because I know that the Nuke family was heavy with the Jacksons and
Yeah,
things like
yeah, but he was already a legend by then. Jay, by that time, Jay was already a legend. He wrote for NSYNC all by that time and everything. He was a solo artist. People didn't know him as a solo artist at that time. Now, this is before She Worth the Trouble, before City Boys, before that. This is before that.
Yeah,
before
because
that,
like
bro.
we were saying, he was kind of inherited into the industry due to being around those circumstances early on.
Yeah, that's because his pops was like the ultimate hustler. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But you know, like, yeah, for sure. But Jay, he was like Frisco's Michael Jackson. He grew up in the industry, but he was learning at that time the new era of what things were, and he was a product of that. That's why he doing what he doing today. That dude is a legend, bro. I wish he told his story more, and I wish they tell his father's story more because like that's the foundation of the Frisco music industry too, the Neutrons for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit like I'm not from Fillmore, so I didn't really know about them until later. But after doing my homework back then and learning about them, like they all were found in memory. You know what I'm saying? So, but going back though, like Nut, Fote was like the pillars that I saw, and then when Quinn hit, you couldn't tell me nothing about nothing. Like Quinn was the rawest thing in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? My partner though, who I started all this music shit with, he from Fillmore, he from Chopper City, so Money Always, yeah. So that was like our bridging of the city, me being from the Towers, him being from Fillmore, me going to a Fillmore middle school. I went to middle school in Fillmore, so this is how like I just know all the Fillmore niggas. I just went to school with all these niggas, really. You know what I'm saying? And I was always in Fillmore. My aunt, she from the Chop. I used to live with her. My grandmother used to live in the Chop. So I was always in the Chop. You feel me? I'm always in the Chop. You feel me?
So I got a question for you, right? You having to be around in a time where it was a lot of bullshit going on. So when you say like the Chop, they had a lot of shit going on with the other brothers that was up the street. You feel me? In surrounding areas. So it's like, how did you find ways to keep yourself outside of all of that?
That's a great question, bro. That's a great question because what I will say is in those early years, like '04, maybe to 2012, Fillmore was in like the biggest war the city's ever seen. You feel me? Like that was the beginning of, and I don't like talking politics at all. I don't like talking no city politics, but it's known like the city was in the biggest war anyone has ever seen. Like a lot of people done died, hella shit done happened, and I think that one, for one, I ain't no follower. First and foremost. Two, like a lot of my like real homies in Fillmore like were from the Chop. Like, I don't need to name nobody, but these were all like my niggas for real. And they kind of just knew the path that me and Money Always was on. You feel me? Like, we didn't really like, we didn't we weren't afraid to go anywhere in the city. Like I used to always tell, like, man, this is my city. Like I can go anywhere I want. You feel me? I'm not gonna be dumb and just be somewhere where I shouldn't be, where I know I shouldn't be. But I feel like I got a pass anywhere I want to. Like if I have business there, I'm gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? And that was always me and bro, um, thinking of that. Like we didn't care. We gonna do a show anywhere, however. But staying out of shit was just like keeping my name out of shit, keeping my business straight. You feel me? The name of my company is Official Business. My name is doing everything official. That's what DEO stand for. Like I kind of put that pressure on myself to stand by these words. You feel me? So like, and it helped. It helped a lot. It helped with a lot of other people's issues too, because I was like a liaison between niggas too.
So when you say doing everything official, right? What mind frame you was in when you came up with that name?
That's crazy because I don't know. Another pioneer that I looked at was Fig. Fig was like our Master P. You feel me? And I'm a disciple of Master P, so I was a huge No Limit fan. And regardless of what things were behind the curtain, front facing to me, I thought they had their shit together. You couldn't tell me about Get Low. You couldn't tell me about No Limit. I'm thinking you feel me? So, and this is the era when everybody wanted to be an executive producer and not know what that meant, but you just wanted to have your name, executive producer, DEO, executive producer, Bird, Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like you want that. And growing up, I just was, the more I was like using these words, executive producer, rapper, like what does that mean really? You feel me? And when I learned what an executive producer was, when I learned what a CEO really was, you know, I had to like stand true to that. I started Official Business in high school, 15. I was DEO in 7th grade. You feel me? So, but in 7th grade, I didn't know. It was doing everything official, but I didn't know what those words meant. I'm just putting I'm putting an acronym together. You feel me? But as me and bro growing, I'm like, nah, what does this mean to me? You feel me? Like a nigga read, I study, I pay attention, I listen. You feel me? And I'm a rap cat, bro. Like I'm a student of this shit. You feel me? I didn't soaked up game like, you know, again from Cougnut to Quinn to Fig. You know, when me and him getting along, like you know what I'm saying, like to whoever, to Gold Toes. Gold Toes has been a yeah, that's my dog for real. Like he seen me grow up in this shit. You feel me? Like I moved into my studio where I've been for 22 years. I moved in there when I was 19. So a lot of people that got introduced to me as DEO over there on Cesar Chavez Street, I was a kid. I was fresh out of high school. You feel me? And they come like how you just gave me a tour of your building. I'm in a building. They like, how you get over here? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'd say it's just pure luck and saying yes to the right shit. I was invited somewhere, and then I just ended up inquiring about how to get in this building. I had to get in this building, not knowing where I was like getting myself into, but that's where everything changed for me, bro. I met Jack over there. I met PK over there. I met Mr. Fab there. I met Mac Mall there. These are people like because it was things going on at the time in my building. It ain't there no more, but it was a lot of things in that building that brought them there. I met Fab like in like 04, 05. It was this couple. He was doing Nig Latin at the time. Yeah, and yeah, it was this couple, Mike and Marie, and they were putting together a tour, and they invited Even Odds to the meeting. Me and Money Always, and Fab was there. Like, and this I just seen him in Showcase magazine and promoting Nig Latin. I'm like, that's a sick ass name, like Nig Latin. I just always kept that in my brain. You feel me? And that nigga sitting in the meeting. I'm like, damn, I just seen y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we met. And then fast forward, I met him again after he got signed to Thiz. He was promoting Son of a Pimp. And I remember he had T-shirts with the cover on there, and I was hella impressed with that. But this was all in my building, all at 2200 Cesar Chavez, bro. Like, just meeting people. I met Jack in that building. You feel me? Like, and that's where me and Jack built our relationship. Us too, like, you know.
Like you said, them are memorable things, that something that you will never forget. My memorable moments, like you said, being a young man, finding yourself in the industry and seeing some of the people that you've seen in magazines and just looking at throughout the internet, and just while the internet's starting to pop and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that was just like you said, it was mind blowing, and it was monumental enough to where it's like, damn, I'm in the right place at the right time to where I can make something really shake now for myself.
It's all time.
You know, and
being in the right place, bro. Sure.
Like you said, being in the right at the right time. So when you say money always, your business partner, one of your close friends that y'all came up with since y'all was young men, you know, how was it like working together, creating some of the sensational work that y'all have put out? You know what I'm saying? I believe Take That Money is one of the biggest records that y'all did. Say That Money.
Yeah.
And
that came random, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, I feel like Save That Money was the climax of our career as even odds, as me and him as a collective. And what I mean by that is, like, that's the tip of the iceberg, bro. Like, below all that, it's a lot of grind up under that. You feel me? Like, I don't need to go too deep into the downtown Market Street days. Everybody heard that story, but it started from there. Right. It started from there, though. It started from, like I said, that the makeshift studio that I bought at Word of Stereo. That's when I first put together the first little compilation called The Officials. I had the whole hood on there. Boo from Click Clack was on there because I went to school. Yeah, not Boo Banger. Boo Bang. It was Boo and Boo Banger. Boo Banger from the point we all know him. But Boo was from Click Clack. He was from KO. Yeah, yeah. And him and his brother, I went to middle school with. But he rapped and he was raw as fuck. But I remember he was running around with Mess at the time, and I invited him to the house. Everybody came to the house. Like, it's not everybody came to the towers, but him and a couple other people came to my house to record. Which a lot of people, I ain't gonna say they was scared, but a lot of people, it was unknown. It was like, I ain't going over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Big Rich came. This is like when me and his relationships first started, and his homie he used to rap with, and Boo. Them the two main niggas that came to the house that wasn't from over there. You feel me? And they slid over there. But so just back to that, we was recording. I made this first CD, The Officials, that was off that makeshift studio that I had. We printed up 3,000 CDs over time. We sold that, saving up, and I'm upgrading the studio. I bought a computer. I went on Market Street. It was Comp USA. It was a computer store right on Market Street. I bought a computer there. My band teacher in high school, he introduced me to Pro Tools. Like, he showed me Pro Tools. Because I used to bring my 8-track to school and just like hook it up to a PA system in the gym, and I used to just be mixing, and it was crazy. But he used to let me do it. And he'd come in here, he was like, man, it's something coming out that I think you should get. But what ended up happening is he got funding to buy, like, I don't know if you remember the inbox. So the original inbox that was light blue, he bought 8 of those. Yeah, the very first one. He bought 8 of those and put them in like a lab, and he was like, you could use this when you here. You don't got to bring that other shit no more. So while I'm learning, teach myself how to use it, I'm like, I need this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm studying. I'm getting magazines, and internet wasn't really that popping like that. You can't really like search for what this was, but I'm going to Guitar Center, just learning what Pro Tools was, and okay, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this. This is my goal now. And I was talking to Money Always. I'm like, look, we need this, and we was getting a Triton, a Korg Triton, a keyboard. So we got we bought them at the same time. We bought Pro Tools and a Triton, and that was like the beginning of just me building and building and building. So this is like, bro, 10 years before Say That Money. You know what I'm saying? This is Say That Money was 2015, so this is old. This is '04, 2003. I brought Pro Tools in '04, top of '04, and then I moved into Secret Studios at the end of '04. So yeah, this is all, bro. This is 10 years before Say That Money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then Money Always wasn't really producing us yet. His brother was our producer. He was like the known producer in the city because he did shit for Messy Marv. He was producing for Lucci Siegel. That was another Click Clack group under Mess. He was producer for Fully Loaded back in the day, and you know, he was like our premier producer. And this was Money Always' brother, but he started the Cat, and man, he was like, nah, like he just been practicing. He's a musical genius, bro. Like so, when he started really focusing on producing, he was just getting doper and doper. You know what I'm saying? And we was doing like mixtapes. This when Selsky introduced the mixtape game to San Francisco. Selsky brought the mixtape game to San Francisco flat out. Anybody say something different, it's kind of like lying. But when we saw what he was doing with the jack and beats and all that, and putting them out like albums, that's what Selsky was doing. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, we gonna do that. So we was jacking beats and we was putting mixtapes out because it was cheaper. It was cheaper than trying to get the full CD layout and spending thousands of dollars on printing a CD when you could just get the flyer, the skinny jewel case, and under 1,000 you getting it out. So we thinking like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope, bro. Like we copping work. You feel me? And we like,
was y'all going to Kevin Brown then too?
We was going to Kev, bro. Likewise, bro. We was going to Likewise, and but before that, we was fucking with Ghazi. Ghazi was
in grooves.
Nah, Ghazi was printing our CDs. That's what he was doing before in grooves. He was printing our CDs. A lot of people don't know that either. When I tell people that, they be like, hell no.
Was he in the town then when he was over there
in
the
the
Dubs?
city. He was in the city, bro. He was printing them out his condo. So I used to stay on 23rd Avenue in the Richmond district. He stayed on like 40th or something like that, and he had a condo there. I'm pretty sure he's not there now, so I can say that. But he used to I used to go pick him up from his house, or he'd drop him off at the studio. But he was printing our CDs, and then when he was the first person that was telling us stop printing. He would drop us off CDs and be like, bro, y'all gotta stop printing this shit. This shit is dead. CDs is done. He was telling us this in 06, 05. He was like, bro, this shit is done. CDs are over. He was trying to get us ready for the iTunes and all that type of shit. And he was at Ingrooves.
Because that's what Beatty was saying too. Because I remember early on too, when Ghazi was doing the engineering and the mixing and all of that shit. Like at the beginning, it's a blessing to see how far he done came and where he's positioned at today. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why it's like it's kind of like don't really judge a book by its cover, nor kind of expect something of the unexpected from people, because you never know what them they tree they might fall in, you know.
Ghazi always been like a genius too. Like he always was insightful. You know what I'm saying? Like I would think I'm about to go pick up some CDs right quick. We talking to 3 o'clock in the morning, just where the music industry is going. He was always just ahead of the curve. You feel me? Like when he started working at Ingrooves and he was telling us about it, it was kind of falling on deaf ears a little bit. But he was like, look, I'm about to bring y'all agreement, just sign that shit, and I'm gonna bring y'all a check 60 days later. And that's what happened. And then from there, he was telling me, yo, man, I'm about to leave Ingrooves. We was like, what's up? Like, he was like, don't worry about it. I'll let you know what I'm working on in a minute. So when he was done building Empire, he built the technology. You feel me? So he was like, I'm bringing y'all over here with me. This is my company. I'm fully owning this. And he was like 5 minutes from my studio on Betrayal. You know what I'm saying? The first Empire office on 16th of Betrayal, and he brought us over there. We redid our agreement, and you know, we just was rocking with him over there. This is before Sage. This is before, you know, we saw him bring all those. We saw him capture all these moments. Save the Gemini, I Am Sue, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, when Punch was coming up here and doing a deal for Section 80, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Roach, yeah. But nah, but Roach was on SMC. Yeah, yeah. I don't think he ever was on Empire. Roach was SMC. So that was a different yeah. Yeah. It's crazy though, the founder of SMC, um, Ralph Tashton, me and his son, I graduated with his son. High school, yeah. And so he always had an affinity for us because he saw us. Like, if you was there and you witnessed all this shit, like you, and looking back, you know, I kind of downplay it now, and I shouldn't, but people like, man, y'all really, because you would walk by, we would have literally like a record store, but all of these CDs that we had it was our catalog. You know what I'm saying? Every CD we were selling was an official business CD. I produced other artists, you know what I'm saying? I did collab albums. You feel me? And people just was like, "How y'all doing this shit?"
That's crazy that you just bring up all this shit like that. Even with SMC, like with Will, like I was fucking with Will at the beginning of his time when he was, like you said, creating SMC. I was doing hella shit with when he was fucking with Hella Tight and Shane Nash, when Shane Nash was working for XXL magazine and shit. So it was like I used to be doing hella the like model photo shoots and making sure I was getting my brand for my music shit up the time up. And it was crazy because we'll be fucking with Killer Mike and shit. Like I used to pick Killer Mike up from the airport and bring him to the Dubs. That's when we actually had the photography studio in the Dubs on 23rd. So it was just like, it was dope and shit. And then like, you know, Will gave me opportunity to be around other shit besides the shit that was going on with me and Shane with the magazine. So, you know, I got to just explore my options from seeing what, like you said, what XMC created, just like how Empire was created. So it was just like, it was
SMC
dope.
was our, like you just said it. It was Empire before Empire. It was our insight and sneak peek on how a real label should operate. They had marketing people, they had sales calls, they had distribution. They were, you know, Fontana Distribution, which was under Universal, and you know what I'm saying. Like I I I saw all this, bro. Like the SMC office was in the Mission District. You feel me? Like that's 10 minutes from my studio. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to SMC holiday parties, being invited there because of Ralph. That's how, you know, I got cool with Stretch, and you know, and when Stretch got over there and when he was building Town Business and they were trying to do Thiz City, you know what I'm saying? But all of that, I'm gonna come all full circle. All of that is before Save That Money. You know what I'm saying? Save That Money is a moment where I decided to go to an ASAP Ferg concert, and that's how that happened, bro. Like I got invited to an ASAP Ferg concert at the Mezzanine, right? And I went, and dope ass venue. So went to this concert, but earlier that week, one of the homies that I used to record, he was a client. He was trying to tell me about this white rapper. Like, bro, you ever heard of this dude, Lil Dicky? And um, I'm like, hell nah. So he's showing me his videos, and he a comedic rapper, like, you know what I'm saying, like some Weird Al Yankovic type shit. And but he could spit though, like he could rap. And I'm like, it's tight. You know, it ain't for me, but he dope. But he doing numbers though. You feel me? And so I just put it in the back of my mind. Like, I saw it. Okay, he cool. Put it in the back of my mind, bro. I go to this ASAP Ferg concert, maybe like I said a week, but it's probably like a month later. It was like a far away time later, bro. And I see this nigga in the middle of the floor. You feel me? And I walk up on him, and I'm like, bro, ain't you Lil Dicky? And he was like, yeah, man. Like he was just like surprised, like that I knew him. And I introduced myself, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with you guys." And I was like, "Bro, if you ever need beats, whatever you're working on, you know, here go my number, here go my email." And he didn't call me, but he emailed me, and he was like, "Man, can I come check some beats out?" So during that time, we had two studios. We had the pre-production studio, which was it was Money Always studio. It was his room. That's where he did everything. And then I had the post-production, which was the studio that I'm in now, where I did all the recording, where I do all the recording, the mixing, and all that type of shit. So he come there, we get reacquainted. Money Always there. I introduced him to Money Always, and I just was like, all right, y'all. I let them go do their thing. You feel me? Bro text me when they was done, so I go out to meet him again, and he was like, yeah, man, I heard some really nice shit, man, and so he picked 3 beats, hit me in maybe like the next day, was like, I want to buy this one, and it was a beat sale to us. It was just a regular standard because we slang beats. Our beats was 500 to 1,000. You feel me? We slanging beats. So we sold him the beat, $500. You know what I'm saying? Didn't think nothing else of it. You feel me? Didn't think nothing else of it. This was like maybe like a March or February or something like that. By the end of that summer, he texted me a SoundCloud link to say that money. It was a private SoundCloud link. And then I played it and I heard the beat that I know. But I heard, there we go. I'm like, I'm literally listening to the, I'm just like smiling the whole time. And then I don't know if bro listened to it yet because I wasn't with him. We weren't together, but I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm like blown away. Cause I already knew things was gonna change. I'm like, nigga, it's over, nigga. This shit is, it's over. You feel me? I hit MA. I'm like, nigga, did you just? He was like, nah. Bro is like nonchalant. He's like super nonchalant. People think I'm nonchalant. That nigga is super nonchalant. So he like, nah. I'm like, nigga, listen to it. Call me back. And like, he taking too long. Like, called. I'm like, nigga. He was like, yeah, that shit tight. I'm like, nigga, your life about to change. You tripping. He was like, yeah, we gonna see. Like, he wasn't sold yet, bro. But I'm sold. I'm like, nigga, it's over. Like, already, bro, you got Fetty Wap and Rich Homie Quan on the song. Fetty Wap was literally in the middle of his run. We were in the Fetty Wap era. Not at the end. He wasn't dying down. No, we were in the middle of the Fetty Wap era. Nigga, I already know what that's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited. And it's crazy because that summer we went to A3C in Atlanta, right? This how timing is everything, bro. We go to A3C before he send the link, so we just go to A3C because we go to these conferences and shit. We used to go to all the conferences, right? And at this A3C, we meet this black woman lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, and we just we out there networking. Everybody was out there. Ghazi was. I met Young Dolph through Ghazi out there. This was 2014, 2015, and Ghazi introduced us to Dolph. You know what I'm saying? He was like, these the hottest producers in the Bay right now. This is before Say That Money, bro. So we meet this lawyer though. So that's in the back of my mind, like, oh shit, entertainment. Like before that, I don't think I ever met and had a conversation with an entertainment lawyer, let alone a black entertainment lawyer, let alone a black woman entertainment lawyer. So the Say That Money should happen. Now they sending paperwork. I'm like, oh shit, I know a lawyer. I had her card still, you know what I'm saying? I go straight to that card, I email her. I said, hey, we met Atlanta, A3C. You gave me your card. And I'm talking as a manager now. I'm not even a manager yet. I wasn't even thinking about management, but I'm like, I can't be rapper DEO now because we were still like an active rap group, bro. So I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, it was, and I'm gonna tell you another lesson too after this, but I put the management brain on, and I was like, my client, Money Always, he just got a contract for this new record. He go to SoundCloud link, and I think we had the agreement by that time. And I sent her the agreement. She sent us like how she does her business and her rates and everything. She was like, I can negotiate it for you for this price, or I can redline it for this price. And we can only afford the red line. I think the red line was like $1,500, right? So we paid her the bread. We went half on it, and she sent it back redlined. What it means, the red line is like she'll read it and she'll literally take a red pen or a marker, mark it up, and be like, she'll scratch something off, say this. scratch a percentage off, ask for this. She was doing that type of shit. She wasn't gonna speak for us, but it was a red line. You feel me? So we sent it back. We was like, he go with our, and we speaking like we knew this lady, but we sent it back to his management. His people like, our lawyer redlined it. Here it go. And they just hit back like, everything looks good, and was like, we can't do this. We'll give you this. So we was like, all right, cool. We was like, all right, cool. Like this is my first time doing business at this level, but it was like a fast track to this type of professionalism, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no time to mud up or fold or get nervous or nothing. Like I had to be this. You feel me? I had to be there. I couldn't procrastinate. I couldn't drop the ball. I knew this was the opportunity. You feel me? And we did the deal, bro. And the song wasn't even out yet. But I tell you, bro, they dropped the song, and we excited. It was doing all right. It was hitting blogs. But the nigga dropped the video. Out of here, bro. Out of here, bro.
That pool party, they was going
everything,
crazy.
bro. Everything. It was out of here, bro. And I think from there, I knew that I had to like, okay, I need to like get my manager brain on, like cause I gotta represent bro, cause he's hella smart, he's hella intelligent, but he just wasn't into the music industry at that moment. He was kind of like a little kind of phased out a little bit, burnt out a little bit, and all this shit was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I gotta make sure that we stay represented and that we get the influx of business that's gonna be coming. So I stayed in communication, um, just with people. We did an early admin deal with Empire. Empire didn't even have a publishing arm yet, but I hit Ghazi. I said, bro, this song is really blowing up. And they did the beat. He put in an email. He put an email thread with me and Vinny Kumar, who's the president of publishing today, but he wasn't back then. But shout out Vinny Kumar. That's my guy. He he did an admin deal with us, and we were taken care of. You feel me? Like, but before that, we were getting publishing offers, everything. I remember one of the biggest pub companies hit us. They gave us an offer, and I called Stretch. I was like, bro, why such and such offer it is? Think we should take it? And he was like, nigga, your first check gonna be 3 times bigger than that. Like, don't even reply to that. Like, this is what I'm learning. I'm like, oh, I could do that. I could just ignore niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. You feel me? But Stretch was always like, he was always like a phone call away, like a no pressure, no pressing phone. He would pick up the phone and be like, that's a good idea. That's a bad idea. That's really all I be needing, cause like there's no handbook for this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So during that time, I just was like, damn, like, because if I promise you, bro, if I didn't have a Stretch type of nigga to call, I would have took that deal. That nigga MA probably would have been in that deal today. You feel me? For a few dollars, bro. Taking the short for, man.
Deals, not even knowing that they were taking it, not even knowing the proper lingo.
Facts, bro. That's what a lot of Bay Area niggas do today. Taking these catalog deals.
But see, like you was even just talking about, I was just telling my peoples the other day about admin deals. A lot of people don't even know nothing about administration deals.
I learned about that
at all
during that. You know what I'm saying? Like, prior to that, we left a lot of money on the table because we did Can't Stand You before that, which was a big record. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have administration. We were collecting our publishing, but it wasn't getting administered. So I know that it was a lot of money being left on the table that we wasn't aware of. You feel me? But ROD in that process was a learning experience too, because that was dealing with Koch Records at the time. Yeah, it was Koch, and then it transitioned to E1. Um, but we learned quick during that time too. Just like it was, and that was 5 years before Say That Money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like it. People look at Save That Money and be like, man, y'all did it, y'all. But I looked at that as like something we definitely celebrated it. We threw a platinum party. You know what I'm saying? When it went platinum, we threw a party. Went platinum. So we did celebrate it, but we didn't stay in that frame of thinking like, you know how people get their hits, their first hits or something, and now they're Mr. Save That Money or they Mr. It. Like it was just another record, bro. It was another record, and we were trying to find the next thing. I was trying to find my next way of thinking and transitioning, and just at that time, G-Val was in my ear, like you need to be managing, you need to be managing. While all of this is going on, he not really privy to what's going on with Say That Money, but he just seen me being yeah, and just being a resource to all the niggas that came through the studio. Like when people didn't know how to do certain things, I shared the information. I wasn't gatekeeping. I wasn't keeping plugs. I wasn't. I was like, I was always a resource, bro. Like I was always a resource. Anybody could say that. I was a liaison. I alley ooped. I you know I gave lines to shit and didn't even look back. Like you feel me? Like I don't. You don't need to. If you want to include me in it, cool. But if not, just go win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I looked at it. That's how I really looked at it. Today, I probably don't look at it like that today, like, because I'm doing everything official. So, meaning not paperwork, because I didn't got burnt a couple times. You feel me? Um, so what I learned now is like, if it ain't no paperwork, I don't really see myself getting involved unless I wanna do it. You feel me? Yeah, like I pick and choose what I wanna give up, lay up, and forget about it, and or certain things that I like. Okay, I feel like I need to be a part of this because I know you're not gonna see it through, or I know that you don't really know how to run the ball into the end zone. I need to guide you all the way there. You feel me? And that's not even on no cocky shit because I don't know everything, but I know I'm experienced. You feel me? Like I'm not no I never call myself an expert. I'm just experienced, bro. Like I think about my career like, bro, this 22 years doing it at this caliber, at this clip. You feel me? And I'm just experienced. Like I'm not an expert because the industry is changing every fucking day. So I'm not an expert at this shit at all. Like I'm a read as much as I can, but I'm talking to people. Me and you sit on the phone. We share a game all the time. I'm blowing stretch up. I'm chopping it up with Gary Archer all the time. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm kicking game with PK. Everybody that pick up the phone for DEO know that we gonna get a good convo in when we can. You know what I'm saying? Like we all be busy. That's the thing. Everybody in the Bay Area, everybody's busy. You feel me? Which is cool. Stay busy, get busy, be busy, all that type of shit. But when you stop and have conversations with your peers, bro, you never know what's gonna come from that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I done built big shit because of a quick conversation that I decided to have. I done built uh, I done built popular podcasts from a quick conversation that I decided to have with people. I've built careers for artists for just entertaining the conversation that I've had with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I took the time out just to hear what a nigga gotta say. Like you might have an idea, and if it don't land on me, I'm like, all right, I don't have the bandwidth, but you need to know this person. You know what I'm saying? For real though, for real though, it's a lot going on, in the Bay Area. Wings are spread wide. A lot of people don't know that, and everybody's 1 degree away from somebody. This is a fact, bro. This is a fact. Everybody's 1 degree. Everybody. I don't care if you just starting or not, because I just told you in 2004, I said yes to go to a meeting about a tour that never happened. But in that meeting, I met Mr. Fab for the first time, and that led me to be a tenant in a building that I built my whole life on, just by saying yes to a meeting that I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, and then just being in there, bro. Like owning the studio has taken me a long way, and I don't know what was in me at that time other than me wanting to do things myself because motherfuckers wasn't rocking with young niggas at the time.
Facts.
So we had to build our own studio. You feel me?
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
So what about your mentoring days when you was helping Big Rich at 1015 at project level?
So I was never an official.
You would come through and help
Yeah,
from time to time.
I mean, whenever he called me, I would pull up. But mainly, I was working with Troy. Troy LLF. Yeah.
I remember that you used to be at the building when it was right across the street from the apartments, the
Yes.
projects and shit in
Yes.
the early 2000s.
Yeah,
So when I used to pull up there and shit, I used to see you there.
In the African American Center.
Yep.
Heritage Center.
Yep. Upstairs.
Yep. So Troy, he ran the music department. And what Troy did was he would when he was building these artists at project level, he would get them ready, and when they were ready to record in a professional studio, he would bring them to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of people got their start at project level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people went through there at least once. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no other program like it. You know what I'm saying? That would foster those type of relationships. I think that was first.
Nah, I don't think so. Cause I actually remember
Youth Uprising wasn't first?
I don't think so, bro. Cause I remember coming to San Francisco fucking with Rich shit kind of before. I think that came out probably like a year later.
It was around the same, because didn't Youth Radio came out of Youth Uprising, right?
Yeah, yeah. Cause Youth Radio went downtown.
Yeah.
Youth Uprising stayed in the basically the 80s/90s.
Okay. Somebody gonna correct us, but I know that it was definitely at the same time, because the Youth Radio days was, I mean, shout out to D Nas. Like D Nas, he was a pinnacle for us too. Just having that same environment in Oakland, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't running Youth Radio. I mean, Youth Uprising, but he was doing Youth Radio. But Youth Uprising was definitely, like you said, it was like the project level of Oakland for sure. I don't remember which came first, but that was my relationship with project level. But with Rich, I go back with Rich to 2004 and probably a little bit before that, because like I said, Money Always brother and Big Rich were partners. Money Always brother, B-Love, was producing with Big Rich. Big Rich used to make beats. He had BRP, Big Rich Productions. B-Love was a part of BRP. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I didn't know him then though. I just knew of him. Cause Burn, B-Love, he used to always talk about Big Rich. He was just a known nigga in Fillmore, you feel me? For making beats and having a studio. He was like me in Fillmore. Had a home studio. The hood went through there, and that's what that was. But when Fully Loaded kicked off, now it's like, okay, this is Big Rich and Fully Loaded, right? And then it was the Done Deal days, and then the Done Deal niggas used to throw parties at Mission Rock in the city every other Thursday. It was a big bi-weekly party, and it was pre-hyphy. But all the known hyphy groups during that time was performing it. This was pre-hyphy though. This Frontline Federation, Quinn, the team, they all performed there. So, and it was a college party, 18 and up. We used to go to these parties. We see Big Rich there. So he used to just see our faces, and he knew Money Always. Oh, that's Lil Burn. That's he knew him as that. So fast forward to 2004, I wanted to get Big Rich on a song for one of my groups, and he gave me a price. You know, I think it was like $200. You know what I'm saying? Some light. But I'm like, you got to come to the house, my studio at the house. And I would say he was a little skeptical, but that nigga came. He came and he kicked it with us. And what's funny about that too, he did the verse. That was the same day Keisha Cole debuted on 106 in Park with I Changed My Mind. I remember that. We was in my living room watching 106 in Park, and then it was like, oh, that's the Oakland girl. She just got signed Kanye West. Da, 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 da. And who in the video? Bailey from Fully Loaded. So we recording with Big Rich for the first time. We watching History, which we didn't know was history at the time, but we watching this Oakland girl named Keisha Cole debut on 106 in Park. Big Rich saying, I'm about to be on it. Literally, I'm telling you, he was saying, I'm getting on this. He's saying this. He said, I'm about to get on 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? 2 years later, he gets on 106 in Park. His video debuts on 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the business. That's just how the universe works, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like me thinking about that shit is crazy because we were speaking all this shit into existence, bro. You feel me? Like we literally was recording with each other for the first time. I feel like this is where he gained my respect. Well, I gained his respect because I was breaking bread with him. He probably, I don't know how he used to look at me being a nigga from downtown selling CDs and just me always saying, you know, what's up with him and da 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 da. And I finally like did business with him. I'm always that. I'm gonna do business with you first, so you can know what type of nigga I am. You feel me? And it was good business. And he got comfortable in my house. You feel me? Like we kicking it, we watching 106 in Park. All this shit happened. That was the beginning of our relationship. Fast forward to him being signed to Koch. His A&R, his inside A&R, which was Mall Amazing at the time. They needed to record 2 more songs for the album. And mind you, like our relationship wasn't thick at that time. We just did that and it was, you know, sporadic and it was respect. But 2 years later, he needed to finish the album. They didn't have a studio to go to. Mall Amazing called me like, bro, we need to finish this album for Koch Records, da 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 da. And I mixed 2 songs on his debut album, and that was the beginning of I'm fucking with DEO. Because the next 2 albums, he did all in my studio. Like I did it from top to bottom. My A&R did. I mixed it, you know what I'm saying? Top to bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know, Rich was the first person to work with a TDE artist in the Bay. He did record with J-Rock, yeah. Like, and this is, I don't even think I knew who Kendrick was at the time. Matter of fact, I didn't know Kendrick was.
He really wasn't around then.
Yeah, he was on but he, you know, he's singing the hook to the Lil Wayne, the J-Rock and Lil Wayne song, the Ghetto song. But people don't know that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we knew J-Rock.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And we like, how you get J-Rock? But J-Rock reached out to him. A lot of people fuck with Rich, bro. And this is why I be mad at this nigga, bro, because he never really like fully lived out to his biggest potential because I don't know what it was. I'm gonna let him tell his own journey, but hella people wanted to fuck with this nigga, bro. When I dragged him to A3C, I promise you, this is a true story. Anybody wanna refute this? No, not A3C. This was Ozone Awards. And this is history, bro. I dragged these niggas to Ozone Awards, and there's a picture too, with all of us out there, and niggas was seeing him and Quinn. Like, these niggas was like legend, like God, bro. Remember Alpha Mega, who was on Grand Hustle? All right. Even though he a fed now, you know, he all that managed to happen, but this is before that. I swear to God, if I'm lying, bro, people gonna, if you clip this up and after this story, niggas gonna either say I'm lying or that nigga telling the truth. We land in Houston. I forget what hotel it was, but we go to the hotel. It's a big ass entrance. It's me, it's us, Quinn, Rich, the 3-story, like everybody. It's the Frisco niggas walking in the hotel. Alpha Mega walked by. I swear to God on my life, bro. Alpha Mega walked by. The nigga stopped. Remember on Coming to America? I cannot believe it.
Do the double take,
bro. He was like, I know who you are, and he was like, and we looking at each other. He's like, nigga, you Quinn, you San Quinn. I know who you are, nigga. Mac Dre told me about you, nigga. I was in the feds with him. And I swear to God, bruh, Big Rich, please back me up. The nigga got on his knees, kissed Quinn hand. Nigga, that was a G move, nigga. That's what the mob do, nigga. I love you, nigga. Quinn, nigga, you San Quinn, nigga. I swear to God, bruh. It was the most, but that's not the most weird shit that happened that weekend. So that happened. We already like, what the fuck, right? Vlad get knocked out by Gunplay. Wow. Yes, bruh. Yes, bruh. Yes, bruh. We right there. We 10 feet away from that shit. Vlad walk in the building, you know what I'm saying? And he I don't really know who he was with. He was with a couple people. But all we know, bruh, is a nigga said, look at Rick Ross. right? That's all the nigga heard. And then 100 niggas started coming our way, bruh. They surround Vlad, and we just standing there watching like the whole exchange. And then a nigga gunplay this. Nigga, like we saw that shit, bruh. We saw that shit. This before camera phone and shit. We wasn't camera, you know. We just watching that shit. Like we like, oh shit. It was a big ass thing, like crazy, bruh.
How you feel about the state of hip hop in the Bay Area right now?
I think that a lot of people need to stop looking at other people's homework and thinking that thinking that they gonna get the same answers. You know, when you take a state test in school, like your test ain't my test, my nigga. You feel me? Like if I'm cheating off your shit and I'm copying your answers, I'm gonna fail, my nigga. Like you feel me? So, and what I mean by that is like everybody's looking at everybody else's journey. You feel me? Like as a rapper from San Jose, you shouldn't be copying everything what Lil Bean is doing, or you shouldn't be copying everything what you see Lil Russell doing, because what will work for them ain't gonna work for you. It's one thing to be inspired. You feel me? It's one thing to be inspired and motivated. One umbrella could motivate you to probably get other homies together and you do a collab project. It's motivating, but it might not work out the same for you. You feel me? So if you don't get the same outcome as the people that your other peers, don't think that that's failure. You feel me? People think that, oh, that's what they doing, I'm gonna do the same thing and I'm gonna get the same results. But you starting in a different place. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that Bean career is 10 years old, bro. You feel me? Like he been doing this shit for hella long. Not 10, like
About
seven. About seven.
He more close to 10 than
Yeah,
2.
he a vet.
Yeah.
He a vet. You feel me? So if you coming out as a new artist, you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get the same result as Lil Bean. Lil Bean got 7 years up under him. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would say that that's one thing that I think that artists should think about is you got to define what success look like to you. If I'm gonna just keep using Lil Bean and Zay as an example, Lil Bean and Zay sold out the Regency, right? That's a 1,400 cap room. Don't think that you can sell out a spot like the Regency. Get a spot that hold 100 people and sell that out. Make that look good. If you can get 100 people in the room, that if you could get 100 people to walk outside their house and go into another building for you in your name, that's a win. As your first show, yeah, for sure. I was throwing shows in high school, bro. I was convincing people to come to it was a spot in the city called Cell Space, and it was basically like a creative arts center, and they just let me throw a show there. It was my first show ever, bro. About like 90 people came, bro. Like it was the biggest thing in the world to me. Then I did it again, the same thing at this other spot called Soma Arts. This is back when you could find like a nice arts venue in the city and you could throw a show. I did something at Soma Arts. I did Fully Loaded there. I did Your Boy. It was Fully Loaded, Your Boy. It was us, the Goodfellas from the Mission. It was a dope ass show. Like I wish I had pictures and video of that shit, but I don't. But you know, like getting people outside is a thing. So just define what your wins are. You feel me? Like back in our Even Odds days, we knew that Big Rich was the spotlight. He was the spotlight. So he was the entry point. We're gonna be able to perform at this car show in front of 7,000 people because they want Big Rich. But what Big Rich doing? Street Low. And it was another one too. I forget the other one, but what was Big Rich doing? I got 2 groups. I got well, he would let all of us perform, but certain shit he'll be like, he knew it was us because we had the rec. Yeah, It was Even Odds, Shad G, Gouda, Legend Live Forever. Those was like the main, like his like crew. But we performed at everything because we had the record with him, Get Money All Day, and it was going crazy on MTV. So if we didn't have that, he probably wouldn't be letting us perform and all this shit. But we did that. Even Odds, Money Always, and DEO shot a video, serviced it, you know what I'm saying, and got it placed on MTV.
You know what's so crazy too?
Him too. You feel me?
Shot G, one of my close friends.
Shot?
Yeah. Me and Shy grew up since we were 14.
Is that right?
So me and him went to high school together. So this was like my everyday partner. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He was from the city, I was from the town. We was an outcast. We ended up going to school in Hayward. I got kicked out of all local public schools. You feel me? He came from over there to over here. So we was kind of like the outcast kids that was bad, that was used to, you know what I'm saying? And we both hooped and shit, but I was hella like wild. So he used to be hella calm and just wild but calm, but I was just wild as fuck.
Dude is very observant.
Very. He always been like that ever since we was in high school and, you know, in our early days, you know, and it's like you said, it's a great thing to still have that friendship, you know, and that camaraderie still going, and we grown men with then their kids and grandkids and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I got two more questions for you, you know.
But to cap that, hold that question, but to cap it though, that was us knowing that we couldn't outshine Big Rich, but we knew that the want was Big Rich. Like trying to play ego war with somebody that was putting us on was gonna be our mistake, and that's what. But to answer your question about what's wrong with the Bay Area, niggas don't know how to fall in line, get behind what's working. You feel me? You're supposed to get behind what's working until it works. Being on Thizzler every other day, being on NorCal Next Up on every other day, shout out to them. That's not making it. Until you a national artist, until you making money hand over fist, you ain't made it yet. You gotta get to that goal, and then you gotta reach back, bro. Why you think on airplanes they say put your oxygen mask on first before helping anybody? How you gonna help somebody you ain't even there? You not even in the room yet. You feel me? So when Rich would pull us, we didn't really bring nobody with us. We like, it's just me and bro. You know what I'm saying? We might have we might have a couple girls with us on some street team passing out flyers, but these are non-threatening people. We're not bringing hella niggas with us. You feel me? It's we rocking dolo, like it's us, cause these are niggas that's rapping. And then when we had our videographer, we used to have Damage Jamal with us. Yeah, shout out Damage Jamal. He used to be our videographer. We have him with us, and then we grew. Then we had a DJ with us. Other than that, bro, we not rocking with hella niggas, bro, because Rich already came with hella niggas. Why we gonna add to that? You feel me? So we're not trying to make his life harder when they really only want Big Rich. You feel me? They only want Big Rich. He throwing us on these shows. It just so happened that we rocking it. We some fresh young niggas and we gonna rock it. But that was on us. But if the music was trash and if we was killing the show, Rich wouldn't be having it, bro. Rich knew what he was doing. These two fresh young niggas, bro. Y'all got a dope ass song with me on it. Go ahead. I'm gonna add y'all to my show. You know what I'm saying? So don't get in the way of the nigga that could take y'all there. Just because your homie rap and he got a little bit of buzz, put your pen down, nigga. Let that nigga rap. You feel me? Go get that nigga some water. You feel me? Until he blow up. Feel me? Get out the nigga way. Like y'all want to add to the noise when nobody really caring about what y'all gotta say yet. They want to hear you. They want to hear your nigga. I mean, you feel me? They don't want to hear all the rest of y'all. Like, you feel me? Y'all just adding to the noise. Focus on one person, get that nigga through the door, and then see who else is. You feel me? It was J-Rock. They got J-Rock through the door. Kendrick said it on the Hard Part 6. They got J-Rock through the door first. He wasn't even the dopest nigga on TDE, but he was the focus. You feel me?
And he got the streets behind him.
Bruh, when they focus on an artist, all these other artists shut the fuck up. You feel me? When it's Schoolboy Q time, all these other artists is shutting the fuck up. Isaiah Rashad dropping an album tonight. You don't hear about no other TDE artists. You feel me? You gotta let the one person get the shine. Get out the way. Like get out the how we gonna make this work? Oh, is your record right now? All right, how we gonna make this work? We gotta make this work because it's gonna set up my record. Nah, we worried about Bird new song right now. You feel me? However long it's gonna take, we gonna get this nigga through the door. When that work, all right, DEO gonna come out after that. You feel me? But right now, don't even worry about it. We gonna make this work, bro. How DEO gonna work? You feel me? If Jay Stalin didn't work, I don't think Livewire would exist, bro. You feel me? It doesn't matter who you think is the best Livewire. Like it don't matter. That don't matter. My favorite is Stevie Joe. That's my brother. Love my nigga. But it don't. Stevie Joe wouldn't exist if Jay Stalin wouldn't exist. That's just a fact. He laid the foundation. Now y'all could build on top of this foundation that I built. Here go FOE. FOD. Here go Lil Third World. Like all this shit is rocking because one nigga was like, I'm about to get this shit going. Oh, I know 4 other dope niggas. Come on. You feel me? Like that's what shit need to go back to.
Facts.
Is focusing on one nigga, man. That's my rant.
Facts. If you could tell the younger self something today, what would you tell your younger self? Save money. Save that money. And I'm joking, but I'm not, because being an entrepreneur that we all are, like the money going one hand and out the other, and we're not thinking like how a 9-to-5er would think. Okay, let me take 10% of my check that I know is coming every 2 weeks. Let me take 10% of the check, put it in a savings account, put it in. We don't think like that. Like, yeah, I just made $15,000, but I don't know where my next check coming from. So let me take care of all this shit. You know, that 15,000 is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in hustle to hustle, and now I got that mind frame. I've had the mind frame for some years now, but I'm saying this to my younger self and to these young niggas now, is learn how to bank. Not just getting a bank account and putting your money in there. Learn what a savings account can do for you. Learn what a high yield savings account can do for you. Learn what starting a corporation can do for you. What does that even mean? It doesn't always have to be an LLC. LLC is just the Nike of corporations, you know what I'm saying? But there's 5 other type of corporations you could start. Learn them and pick them. It might be LLC. It might be an S corp. I have an S corp. Other people have LLCs. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how you want to set your shit up. But talk to an accountant. If y'all need an accountant, I got one for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got mine from Larry June 10 years ago, and I've been dealing with this dude. He do my taxes, my household taxes. He do money always taxes. You know what I'm saying? I just put him on the King Tahoe. He doing King Tahoe taxes. He black. You know what I'm saying? And him and the OG black dude. If y'all need an accountant, hit me. You know what I'm saying? Why would I gatekeep an accountant? You feel me? My taxes gonna get done. Y'all need to get y'all shit. Learn what that means. You know what I'm saying? Because the IRS ain't gonna play. That's one thing. Another thing is learn how to communicate better sooner. Like, I pride myself in being an intentional communicator. Like, I'm not the best communicator, but I'm always being intentful. Like, I was on time for this, but if I was gonna be 5 minutes late, if I knew I was gonna be 5 minutes late, I'm not hitting you at the time I'm gonna be here. Like, yo, I'm 5 minutes behind. I'm hitting you 15, 20 minutes before the time starts. Yo, I'm gonna be probably 5 minutes behind. Do that, boop. Or, like, more importantly, if there is a discrepancy in communication and just a misunderstanding between us, nigga, be a grown ass man and had a conversation, because a lot of big shit fall to the wayside due to miscommunication and not knowing how to communicate. People, I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga be on some weird shit. What does that even mean? Niggas be on weird shit. Like, what does that mean?
What does being on weird shit mean? Like, he said something that you didn't like, and you don't know how to address it. That's all that means,
I
bro.
think we say a lot of out of context
That
shit.
nigga
around
weird.
here.
That nigga boosie. That nigga. What do these words mean, bro?
Niggas be greasy as
All
fuck,
that mean
man.
is I don't know how to communicate. That nigga said some shit I disagree with, and I don't know how to talk it through with this nigga. You feel me? It's been hella times where I done sat on the phone and had to talk through some shit, and I realized it was my fault. Oh shit, I didn't even know you took it that way. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The people I've ever fell out with, bro, you know, this might be some narcissistic, toxic shit to say, but it wasn't my fault, bro. Because I'm talking it out. I feel like this is a solution to everything. Me and G-Val argue all the time, bro. We argue all the time, but we getting to the bottom of it. You feel me? Straight up. And we gonna argue. We probably gonna hang up on each other, all the shit. An hour later, bro, I was just trying to say, we gonna get to the bottom of it.
Man, that's what men do.
You feel me?
Shit, me and my bro just had a disagreement about some business, but that's my brother, man.
Yeah, especially business,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like when like you said, when a person been down and out with you through your hard times to your greatest times, bro, you got to keep that gel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a special kind of camaraderie that we have with these people, so you can't let that go. That's like nurturing a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like
business is the easiest thing.
Them type of relationships be hard to come by.
It is.
Know what I'm saying?
It is. It's hard to find somebody that's gonna stay down with you, and can help you build something. Me and Money always built official business. We started technically in high school, but he beatboxed for me and I freestyled for him in 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know that we was gonna go to the same high school together. We figured that out on the first day of school. Nigga, what you doing here? Oh, you da-da-da. We locked in. Okay, boom. You still rapping? Yeah. You but like, so that's my brother. You feel me? Period. We didn't have arguments. We didn't have not fallouts because we ain't never fell out. We've had arguments. We've had major disagreements, but we always get to the bottom of it. Same with G-Val. Like, G-Val's my business partner. Whatever we disagreeing with, and he's gonna call me. That's why I fuck with him so much, because people are afraid to call me out on my shit. You feel me? And he's not.
This motherfucker ain't either.
He's not, bro. Like, he's not gonna bite his tongue. He's not gonna let me slide with bullshit, bro.
For real.
And I be needing that because I'm a Pisces, bro. I'm a trying to get away from some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real, like, not on no shiesty shit, but I'm gonna just, like, oh, you saw that? Nah, okay, for sure. Like, that's just me being honest with myself. But he keep me accountable, like, and having accountable people in your life. Yeah, bro. And and just just not on no shicey shit, just on some like I be moving hella fast, and I talk hella fast sometimes, and he be slowing that shit down. Like, what you mean? And I be having to explain what I mean. Like, as annoying as that shit be sometimes, but nigga, what do you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? Like, slow down. What you talking about, bro? You feel me? So communication, niggas need to learn to communicate. That is a major thing in the Bay Area. I feel like the biggest movements in the Bay got fucked up because of miscommunication and the lack of communication.
Facts. So, at this time, you answered both of the questions in one, so I didn't even have to ask the last one because it was for the youngsters. But this time, we just try to show our appreciation, our love, our solidarity, our gold bars to the people while they're here, while they're alive. I just want to tell you, bro, we appreciate you for all the endeavors that you done gave to the game, bro, the time, the patience, the dedication, the leaving your family, leaving your daughters, committing to just trying to give life to other people's lives without even understanding sometimes you giving your life without having life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a major key of what we need to start showing homage and appreciation to each other that we give so much. You have done so much to where people only give you validation from one of the things that you do from the good things. So today I got one more left hardware that we call a Wake Your Ass Up trophy. You feel me? I want you to be able to put this in your studio, and you can have something that you can give to the culture as well as we give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Just some appreciation to be like, bruh, thank you for what you did contribute to the game, man. You put this thing right here, man.
I'm for sure putting this in the lab.
That's how it comes, so you can snap it on top. Yeah, that's the Wake Your Ass Up podcast. You know what I'm saying? Trophy,
my
man.
Camera right here, for sure.
My boy himself, man.
For sure.
It's a special honor to have DEO in here, man. Extraordinary producer, CEO, manager, engineer, liaison, father. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't done.
Friend,
I ain't done, bro.
And everything else, bro.
I ain't done. I feel like it's a lot more that needs to happen. I know that round table that Lord Rab had woke a lot of people up because it introduced a lot of artists to people behind the scenes that they probably either never heard of or never saw a face to or whatever. But those type of conversations are important. I would like those conversations to keep going. And it don't even gotta have me on there, but it's a lot of people behind the scenes that make this shit shake on top of the people that were at that table. All those people at that table were important people, but there's a lot of people that's behind the scenes that make this shit shake, bro. And you know, I salute all of them because they are all my predecessors and my peers and my people that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Stretch has been somebody that he don't know it, but you know, just a nigga that pick up the phone, bro. That should go a long way. Like, even if you tell me no, if I'm asking for something and you telling me no, and you tell me why, he'll tell you why it's a no and why it don't make sense for him. You know what I'm saying? That's insight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like insight is the most valuable thing that any artist can have, because it's what you do after that. After you get the insight, after you get the information, what are you gonna do after that now? Like, now you know. Now you know. What are you gonna do after that?
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
So,
thank you, bro. Come on, man.
Appreciate that.
DEO here, man. Wake Your Ass Up podcast, man. We had the legendary DEO, man, San Francisco, California, man. Much love and respect, man. It's the Wake Your Ass Up podcast, and we out. Brah!